Welcome back. You join me as I have something of a conundrum because there is a new Underworlds warband, and for my money, it might be one of the most boring things that Games Workshop has done for quite some time, but I can't fully work out why. This is one of those rare cases where I'm looking at them and I'm going, you know what, I feel like these are bad. But if you ask me to sit down and properly explain it in an eloquent and sensible fashion, I don't know that I can. So, we're going to take a look at them. I mean, you've already seen a couple in the thumbnail, but we're going to take a look at them, and you can try and help me work out why these, to my eyes at least, are some of the blandest things that Games Workshop has made for some time. So, this is Kamandora's blades. Basically, they don't fight with the main, blades of Khorne armies. Instead, they skulk around, chasing down survivors, letting them bleed out, taking their heads to chuck on the big pyramid. Fine. Okay. Sounds kind of cool. Scavengers of Khorne, roaming the back of the battlefield, just taking people out, taking their skulls. That's actually quite a cool concept. And to be fair, if they'd done something that really reflected that, I feel like it would be a cool concept. But I don't think they have done that. And before we see the models proper, I just want to show you this sentence right here. Their long years spent picking through the lands desecrated by the blades of Khorne have seen them twist slowly into savage new shapes. Take note. Savage new shapes. You read it, I said it, it's on the screen. With strange mutations and ragged maws, hungry for blood. This all sounds pretty damn cool. Initial impression. It's fine. I mean, she's got a big container full of skulls. That's something like that. She does have a ragged maw that I'm assuming is thirsty for blood, although the complete lack of any sort of blood spatter on these is genuinely a bit weird, given the whole nature of them, but whatever. I'm assuming the dye in the top knot and in the hair, I'm assuming that is blood. That would be my guess, but I could be totally wrong. It's fine. It's not particularly exciting, but it's fine. The thing is, this, for my money, is the best model, and it's still doing really nothing for me. We've got a little bit of armour, it's sort of damaged, it looks a bit odd, but I couldn't really tell you why. The cloth is fine, it's very dull and non-textured. I think maybe the colouring of it is not helping the model's case at all. I quite like the double belts, that's alright. The skull on the head, with the top not going through it, I'm not feeling that at all. Not least because unless my eyesight is really bad, or it's not been picked up in the paint job, it doesn't look like there's any sort of cracks or anything coming out the top of the skull, which makes it look like someone has perfectly, trepanned it in order to get the top knot through it. Which, I mean, I guess they could have done, but it feels weird and not in keeping with what this warband is supposed to be doing. So, I'm just not really sure on that one. Also, outside of the mouth, we've got no sort of sign mutation there, okay? She's got an awkward pose, but that's not a mutation thing, that's just either a posture thing or I'm carrying a metal container full of skulls on my back situation. So, it's fine, but it's not doing anything for me. Then we've got these two. The dog is fine, the dog can stay. The big lad. This is the closest we get to strange new shapes or, odd mutations or whatever. He's got some spiky stuff coming out of the shoulders and some spiky stuff coming out of the side of his face? Is it growing out of his ears? I don't know. Again, the mouth is fine. That thing of sort of a uniform mutation is okay, but I think given the blurb for it and the way it was described, it'd be more fun to have some with extremely pronounced mutations around the mouth, rather than all of them just have kind of weird mouths, with a grand total of one of them having a bit of spiky stuff growing out of what is frankly incredibly inconvenient places. It's not even helpful for fighting. It actively looks like it's going to hinder what he's doing, which, I mean, that is a strange new shape, but that's the only one, because these two are just normal. Outside of the mouth, obviously. I know the mouth isn't normal, but again, the setup for this warband is scavengers going around after battles are over, hunting down survivors, bleeding them dry, collecting their skulls. And what we get is boring cultist number 2 with a weird face, and that's it. Like, that's it. There's nothing notable. And that's the problem for me here. There's nothing notable about them whatsoever. If you didn't pay attention to the mouths, you would not think that these were anything different to anything else that you could get for Khorne in terms of mortal followers. You just wouldn't. Why would you? Oh, but they're not wearing shoes. I mean, who cares? What's that got to do with anything? Also, why aren't they wearing shoes? Actual question. I don't think there's going to be an answer for this, but fine. They are just very bland to me. They're just very boring. There's nothing that makes me feel like this is a unique or special group of individuals. They're just your average group of cultists, except one of them has got a spike sticking out of him. Like, it's so boring. Oh, God. I mean, the dog bull is fine. That's kind of cool. I quite like the dog bull. He can stay. He's alright. I mean, maybe he was a person. If he was like a fifth humanoid member of this group, and he had a strange mutation of turning into a bull dog, that's an actual breed, so that doesn't work. A dog bull, whatever. That would be staggering. That would be incredible. Oh my God, he's actually turned into a four-legged beast. But I don't think that's what's happened. I think that's just a hellhound type thing from Khorne. It is bugging the shit out of me as to why I just don't find them interesting. But then again, is it because there's something I'm missing, or is it because they are just really boring? Like, is that it? Is that it? Am I essentially gaslighting myself into thinking that I have to be missing something because these do absolutely nothing for me and just feel incredibly bland, really quite uninspired, very samey, not really in keeping with the premise of what they are supposed to be, and that I'm digging for some deeper meaning when in reality they are just bland and boring and just not that interesting to look at and don't really fulfill the brief that seemed to be laid out in terms of their story. I think it might actually be that. It might be that. This might not be on me. It might be on me, but it also might well not be on me. This isn't helped by the fact that not that long ago, we got this lad. This is the Deathbringer, and this is an absolutely solid miniature. This has more personality, more everything, more presence, more detail, it feels like. More, what's the phrase at the moment? More aura than all of that entire warband put together. I mean, it does. It just does. There is something, for me, indefinably great about this miniature. It feels like the ratios of everything are perfect. I would also say as well, the way this is painted does a lot to help. I'm not going to say that these are badly painted, because they are perfectly fine. But again, there's something about the style of the way that they've been painted that doesn't feel like it fits the brief for what the warband is. They're hungry for blood, but they're all squeaky clean. Cool. They collect skulls, which is why 3 of them have got skulls on their... in fact, to be fair, 4 of them have got skulls on their heads. And, I mean, one of them's carrying one. The other one's about to pick one up. Great. I feel like they could just be so much more interesting in a myriad of ways than, you know, what we've actually got here. I mean, for the love of God, this is the same system and the same designers, the same team that gave us these 4 vampires. These are absolutely peak. They are incredible. The sculpts are fantastic. They are memorable. They are rammed full of personality. And honestly, looking at this and then looking at these, it's like these have been done by a different company. Potentially for a different game. I just can't get on board with them. And I've rambled and ranted and been going for far too long, and I can't really pinpoint why. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can tell me if I'm missing something. Maybe you're going to say, no, you're dead on, don't worry about it. But this is a rare L. Anyway, that's enough rambling and ranting. Let me know what you think of that lot in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.